Hey guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp with a Limp, and we're going to jump into something special for you all. I was sent this by Modifius Games, and I actually reached out to them. I don't do that too often. Most of the time, I let the publishers reach out to me if they want me to cover their stuff. But this time, I actually contacted them, and that's because I had stumbled across this game, and I forget where. I just saw it, right? And it looked good, and I was like, yeah, let me check this out. Pop on YouTube, nothing. There's like one or two videos, not much, and really nothing showing the gameplay. I was like, okay, good to go. There's nothing. Let me see if they want me to cover it. Reach out, like, hey guys, I saw it. I like the look of it. I'm willing to cover it. I'm willing to play the game, show it off for you. You interested? They're like, yep. So they sent me a copy of it. This is Mythic Commander. It is. Hex encounter-esque, it's squares instead of hexes, but a little war game, and you can play it besides with the components that are included, using your own components, your own minis, or whatever you want to. The real key thing that you need is the rulebook. Now, you can buy this one of two ways. You can buy it digitally and just have the rules and use your own stuff if you want to go that route, or they do sell the actual menu itself. Honestly, I would go ahead and get the components. There's really no reason not to, because the rulebook itself is really cheap for all that you get. It costs about $20, and then of course you got to pay taxes and shipping, all that stuff. But it's about $20 just for this, what you're seeing in front of you. And there's a fair amount here. And now, of course, some of the components are thin, but I'm going to expect that with a cheaper game, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to be a good game. So the main component itself, of course, is going to be the rulebook, which you can obviously tell is a glossy one because it is just reflecting all kinds of light here. But there's a lot going on in this rulebook. It goes over, of course, all the components, the rules, all that good nitty gritty stuff. But there are multiple factions, and the way these components are laid out and used, you can play all of these different factions. So you see they're all listed here with their stats, like their movement, their melee, their ranged, armor, morale, melee weapons, ranged weapons, special rules, and how many points they cost. So it's in essence like this full, rich war game in a very, very small, condensed, tight package. I like that. That's cool. Gives you many options. And look, multiple different factions here. Now, of course, you don't have components necessarily for everything that you're seeing here, but you do have the components to play everything that is shown here. Okay, keep that in mind. But like I said, there's something like 8 factions and some special units that are included. And then here we've got all the specifics. And then, of course, there are upgrades, equipment, and then scenarios that can be played that are included here as well. So everything that you need for the game is included right off the bat, which is really nice. Do like this. I cannot wait to try this out. I am going to be showing the gameplay in action for you guys, but I want to show just what all is in here. When it comes to units, this is it. This double-sided sheet is what you've got. So this is how they're getting all the units. And I gotta say, that's actually relatively, now they're not the thickest counters, but they're decently thick. They're perfectly serviceable. I've had counters that are much smaller than this before, so these are not going to be any problem. But look at some of the stuff that you got here. You got, warriors, archers, chariots. We got a dragon down here, a giant, a spider, giant eagle. These are like special type units, so like mages, commanders, champions, a little siege engine right there. I love that. Same thing for the other side. And of course, like I said, these things are all double-sided to represent the other forces that can come into play. So you see like lancers, knights, raiders, archers, more chariots down over here. The backside of those big units, we've got spiders, ghosts, a unicorn, and wolves. So there's just this huge selection of units all on a single sheet of counters. That is cool. I love it when someone will have a game that's in a small format, but has a lot of actual gameplay in it. Here is our map that is double-sided. Give me a sec. Let me fold this out. All right, we're getting a little dark here. I had to cut off some of my overhead lighting because this is very, very glossy. Actually, let me show you. That's the type of gloss that we're talking about. So we're looking at like magazine type quality as far as the pages. Now, this isn't going to cause a problem for you at home playing the game, because you just need to see for yourself. But for me filming it, this is going to be a little bit of an issue, and I'm going to have to find a workaround, because I'm definitely going to have to cut the lighting off to not have that be too glossy. But this is our map. It is double-sided, as you can see here. I really like this side. I like this river, I like these bridges here. A little bit of ruins, trees. Looks like a little fording area here in the middle that we can cross. So 2 battlefields that we can operate on with the counters that I was just showing you, but that is not all that we have in there. There are counters and cards as well. Yes, cards in a magazine game. Now, these are essentially very thin counters. This is like a card stock, right? So that's what the cards are going to be. You're going to have to punch these out, but they are relatively thin and kind of flimsy. I'm not holding that against them. Now, if this was a boxed game, if I were paying like box game prices for this, I would be disappointed, because it's not thick enough. It's not quality enough. However, when this is a folio style, this is Ziploc style game, and I've paid $20, or I didn't pay $20 for this, but if you pay $20 for it, then I'm good with that. Because you're getting what you're paying for here. They're having to cram a lot of components into a small space. So you see, we got all these sheets here of command cards, of tokens, and it looks like some other special types of cards over here. We've got some more tokens. We've got life. Are these cards? Yep. We've got life cards, flame cards, nature cards, death cards, some type of fortune of war card, even a little round tracker here. They even included that, divination. So you see, all these are going to add like special rules to the game, right? That type of card play, really, really cool. Love that. But this is what they're adding to it. So they had to find a way to get all of these cards into it. Having them on these sheets is just so cool. Love that. We've got the tiny little tokens. Are these double-sided? Damn, they are double-sided. I was hoping the tokens wouldn't be double-sided, so I could put them on cardstock. I might have to find a way, or not cardstock, but chipboard. Glue them down onto the chipboard to give them a thicker status, but they are not able to be done that way, because these are 1s and 2s, and then you see 3 and 5 on these others, and then we've got some other counters that say things like retreat, and then it looks like maybe some special tokens for like magic or whatnot. But honestly, what really makes games like this special is the fact that you've got all of this gameplay in a single Ziploc bag, right? The sheer amount of replayability in this. Now, the only thing that I don't see as something that can be changed is the map itself. None of these cards look like they have anything that does that. So yeah, like cards you would put on the board to add like trees or bridges, and there's none that do anything. That would be the one thing I would add to it. I'm thrilled with everything that I'm seeing so far, with the exception of that. If they had found a way to include just one more of these little sheets, just to have some counters that you could put on the map to change it, to alter it a little bit, add bridges or add magic craters or fire or something like that, that would have really just taken it to that top-notch level. But anyway, honestly, I am just tickled pink with this. I think it looks so cool. I cannot wait to give this a shot. So you guys give me a little bit. I am going to go through these rules, figure it out. There is a whole little order of battle, army selection on the different types. So I'm guessing that's there so you don't don't have all of just like one really strong type of unit. You've got to have some like cavalry, some frontline warriors, maybe some archers in the back, tossing in some arrows, the little chariots here coming around doing flanking, and then even your special like siege engines and giants and spiders and lions and tigers. Oh my. So anyway, you guys stay tuned. I will get this learned up. I don't anticipate these rules being overly difficult to learn by any means, but like I said, there's a severe amount of gameplay into a very, very small package here, because like you see, you have the ability to add equipment, special rules, upgrades, unit special abilities. So all the type of stuff that you would want in like a bigger miniature style war game, right? So think, Warhammer, the Age of Sigmarines, whatever they got going on now, with everything that you can add to the units and making your army and doing all that crap. But now in a small, easy, digestible, portable little package. So we're going to give this a shot and see if the gameplay itself is as impressive as the package. Oh, and before I sign off, one thing I did want to denote is the fact that, like I was saying, this is like a magazine page, right? So the map itself, that is a weak point. This is paper. Now we've all dealt with paper maps before, but this isn't like the paper maps we've dealt with that were cardstocky and thicker. This is exactly like you would imagine a magazine page, just a tiny bit thicker than a magazine page, but glossy paper like that, which means it will tear easy and possibly start to develop creases. So if this is something that interests you and you decide to get a copy yourself, I would look into trying to get it laminated or something along those lines to protect the map. But the rulebook does say that you can use any type of map surface you want to. You don't have to use their map. You can use your own miniatures and whatever. You just have to adjust for the distances and parameters to fit with the game rules. So if you have other terrain, you can square it out and use it as you would like. But obviously being able to use their stuff is the cool key component, small package and everything. So I would definitely recommend getting this laminated to reduce that ability to tear it or mess it up, get rid of the creases here in the center. Anyway, I'll stop ranting about it. You guys stay tuned. I will get this learned up. I've got a couple other things I got to finish filming up first. As soon as I do, this is the next one that's going to be going onto the table, and we're going to give it a shot and see how good it is. All right, you guys take care. I'll catch you in the next one.